Well, hello everyone and welcome to the plot tour towards the end of May in the middle of a heat wave. So about 10 days ago we had a frost which caught a lot of people out, particularly sort of potatoes and the like, and now 10 days later we're basking in sort of 34-35 degrees centigrade. We've got some ripening fruit on the taberry. The taberry is absolutely covered, it's looking splendid. The rhubarb, less happy about this, and we've got some volunteer toad flax in there, and things like the phlox are doing okay. And so the thumbnail will probably show we did actually have some iris flowers this year, very short-lived, so with my monthly plot tours quite often we'll miss those. Strawberries, there are some signs of reddening. Previous years we've had sort of quite a few ripe fruit by now, but a little bit later. Obviously the bees are enjoying the nigella. Now this has got a bit out of hand here. We do have some blueberries, but this is going to be the last time we have blueberries on the plot because they're not happy. A lot of borage that I've just let take over. There's some potatoes here, and then we've got potatoes under fleece here as part of our experiment. So lots and lots of fruit are set for the black currants. We've got extra shading over the gooseberries, lots of fruit in there as well. Hopefully won't get too scorched. Carrots, and we've got the third and final succession in there, and that's actually germinated okay. There's a few things doing all right in the meadow. Some things I have planted in some the Cotiana there, which hopefully won't get too slugged. Well, this kind of dry weather I wouldn't have thought it. Irises are finished there amongst the rows. So potatoes in pots shaded by the baths, that's another experiment just to see whether that helps them at all. So this bed we have sown in some French beans all the way around. See how the orchard is doing. And shallots, they have been pretty good, all of them saved from previous years. And unfortunately, I can see this one here, the onions have gone and thought with that frost 10 days ago that and we suddenly got all this heat that they've gone through their second winter, therefore it's time to flower. So I don't know whether they're actually going to come to anything. So this bed has been watered, then covered in cardboard, and that is going to be planted up with the bean wigwams. This is another bed that's got the French beans in it. And here we've got a courgettes. That's germinated there. These ones have germinated and come up really quickly. Peach, lots of growth on that. And we've got lettuce we should really be harvesting in with the cabbages, which seem to be happy. Now, I'm not holding my breath, but in amongst here is the biggest peach fruit we've ever had. Now the tree, which is massive, has expelled all the other fruit. It's put all its eggs in one basket. So we'll see how that does, and because it's the only one, we've never had one before, chances are we'll miss it when it's meant to be picked, or when we've taken it off we'll probably miss the moment it's actually ripe to eat. So we'll see how that goes. So we're about to put in things like tomatoes, peppers, and but we've had to hold off. Normally we would have had them in by this time, but because of the weather we didn't want to have those things going in and just cooking. Wow, bowl of beauty is looking magnificent. In fact, that wasn't out this morning at 7 o'clock when I came to do the watering. Oh, because the blooming fox, this time of year, there's cubs around. They've gone and decided to have a dig in there. I will have to sort that out. Quad grow there is just waiting for the peppers. The original Waldo, that's covered in fruit as well. I'm not watering it though. This bug hotel here, absolutely stuffed full. It took a couple of years for the bees to get interested in it. Now we actually, from this lavender here, it set seed in the pathway there. We've saved them and we are going to be putting them in along here in front of these dahlias which got moved from the orchard, and hopefully that will put on a nice display. They may end up tickling the backs of our necks when we're sitting on the bench and introducing a lot of bees to us, which might not be ideal. So the pluot still covered in fruit. Gertrude Jekyll covered in flowers and beetles. Clematis has been a little bit sluggish this year, but is coming back. And we've got some pinks and, oh my goodness, look at the flowers on this daylily here. That's going to be the best year it's ever had. And raspberries in amongst the Nigella, the Polka autumn variety and the Glencoe summer one, struggling away there. It's a race to see whether its fruit can ripen before the Polka variety just basically sucks all the moisture out of the ground. Now we do have plums on the super columns, but not all of them. Very variable, as is the germination along here of the parsnips. That needs a bit of weeding just to see whether we've got any stations that need resowing. And the bell cloches, I've lifted them because we've had plenty of germination of the sweet corn, and in about a week or so we'll be putting in the back 8. And another bed that's been sowed with French beans. These are French beans that we save, and we've done the viability test on them and they've been 100%. Now the poor old garlic, dear me, the rust on this. But there are still green leaves at the top, so what we're looking for is 10 leaves, and then the bottom 5 senescing, and then we'll harvest them. Waifs and strays mostly becoming a elephant garlic bed. And the honeysuckle, it seems to be okay. Pears, still plenty of fruit there, even though it has been dropping a few, which it really needed to do. And the Saturn variety of apple, oh, it's hanging on, as is the silver-leafed Victoria plum. As I'm just doing research on it, apparently if you can get fruit from a tree that's got silver leaf, just take it as it comes, see whether it's edible or not. So we'll see how it goes. Lovely foxglove. Another Waldo blackberry covered in fruit. I'm not sure that the damson is looking that well compared to previous years. It's obviously getting a bit of aphid attack. Its green gauge has got a little bit better. It's usually covered in fruit. That should be okay. Got another Waldo here. So we're certainly going to have lots of blackberries. Pity it's not a blackberry and apple combination, because it's really not an apple year. It was last year. And this is the covered potatoes. Lots and lots of top growth. Whether that means we're actually going to get any potatoes is another matter. But crossing our fingers there. You can see how bad the rhubarb is suffering. And I didn't manure it. That could be part of the factor. But obviously it's just so hot. Hope everybody's keeping well. I will catch you in next month's tour. Bye for now.